I'm less skeptical of it now.
We're convincing ourselves.
Yep. But I've never heard of it being in December. I've never thought of when it is.
Yeah, right? Me neither. My only logic for the game here is that it would be too mean.
So I'm going to believe
too
it.
Mean.
Did you ever hear about the date?
No. You don't get to choose when the Virgin visits you.
Right.
Hello and welcome to this episode of I Should Have Known, the trivia game show that can't be trusted. Each week, one of our Quizmasters will present you with 4 facts about a topic, but one of them is a lie. We are celebrating winter, or December, at least. I think our December theme is December. Somehow became December. So we have some wintry and also just December-themed things, I guess. So we are kicking it off with our Quizmaster Sups this week.
Hello.
And Sups is going to present us with 4 holidays that are celebrated in December. But one of them is not celebrated in December. So join me, Andy, and our other host, Tanner, in figuring out which one it is.
All
Yeah.
right.
Because I feel like December Christmas always gets like the most credit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but there's a lot of things happening.
Yeah, December's a major month.
Yeah.
Always gets the spotlight.
Yeah, of
yeah.
course. I
So-
mean, where we live, it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've picked up festivals from around the world, from different cultures, all celebrated in December, of course, but one of them close to December, but not exactly December. Let's put it this
Oh
way.
boy, this is going to be
Okay.
tricky, huh? Okay.
It's not even like
'Cause I was
clearly 4th of July.
Yeah, I was imagining like, this is a spring holiday.
yeah.
But okay.
All right.
This is going to be hard, I think.
But before we get going, here's the PQQ of the week.
All right.
All right.
How long does the celebrations of Hanukkah last?
Oh,
Oh.
this is 8 nights.
Hanukkah's eight nights.
Yes, because the Jews lit the menorah with only 1 day's worth of oil, but miraculously it lasted for 8 days. So
Yeah.
Hanukkah is celebrated for 8 days.
Right. Easy to remember because of Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights.
Sure. That's your reference point.
Yeah,
That-
it's a movie from the 90s.
That's the most like millennial white guy reference point that you
Yep.
could have picked was
Yep.
an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah. That's how I remember it.
Cool. So now that we've got Hanukkah out of the way,
So they'll be like Hanukkah where it's not Christmas, but
right,
typically in December.
correct.
Okay.
So the first one, holiday number 1 from Scotland, Up Helly.
Okay.
So this is celebrated every year on the 3rd Tuesday of December in Lerwick, Scotland. It's basically a fire festival, but
Mm.
with a Viking twist. And the festival basically celebrates Shetland's Norse heritage and history. The first mention of it is from 1824. Participants dress up in elaborate Viking costumes, complete with helmet, shield, and other Norse-inspired attire.
Okay.
And so the highlight of this Uphelia is basically burning of a full-scale replica of a Viking longship
Okay.
known as the galley.
Uh-huh.
So the whole year, the volunteers, they're building up this galley,
Mhm.
and it's kind of hidden because it's like a surprise. They reveal it at the end. So
Mhm.
public is not allowed to like see
Right.
it up until the end. And then each year, a Jarl or like a chief Viking is chosen to lead the festival.
Hmm.
That's the festival. 3rd
Okay.
Tuesday of December.
3rd
Okay.
Tuesday.
That's a bit odd, but
Mm.
okay. So burning the ship seems about right,
Sure.
right?
Makes sense.
Like, I don't know why that sounds normal to me.
It's like
Like,
ships go on the water, but okay, we're going to burn it
I
on
really
land.
don't understand why in my
Yeah.
head that's like not weird,
I
but
mean, I
like
guess it's made
not
of
weird.
wood. Why not? Sure.
Yeah, it's like a funeral,
Yeah.
like the
or
Viking
a,
funeral.
Yeah.
You shoot the ship,
Right. Right.
flame arrow.
Yeah. Give it a send off at like the end of the year, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, why would it be a 3rd Tuesday in December?
I mean, that is the weirdest part of all of
That's
it.
the
Honestly,
question.
I think somebody just must have been like, this is a convenient day, and they codified it.
Right.
It probably was connected to something else.
It's awfully close to the winter solstice.
Right.
But that doesn't care about the day of the week. You know,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
can be on any day of the week. It's interesting that it's such a modern holiday. Like, I mean, 200 years ago isn't that modern, but in the context of like a lot of our holidays go back way further than that, you know? But I mean, that's not up for debate here. What's up for debate is the timing, right?
Right.
So this is interesting to learn about. I didn't know that this holiday existed, but why would you do it in December? I guess if you're doing a bonfire, I would do that in the winter.
Yeah. I don't know if weather would really affect my decision on ship burning. That's definitely the biggest question is why December?
Right.
I guess there's nothing else to do in December.
That's the other thing is that like they have like Burns Night in like October or something.
Oh my God, Tanner. Burns Night is January 25th.
Okay, sure. Burns Night in January. They have Celtic holidays other times.
Right. It could be related to Celtic traditions or pre-Christian tradition. Also, maybe considering it's dark.
Oh,
So the Shetland Islands are pretty far north.
right.
And so nights in the winter are going to be really long.
Yeah,
So a good time to burn a long ship.
sure. Light up the night. Yeah,
Right.
makes sense
So
to
maybe
me.
that.
Yeah. So I'm less skeptical of it now.
We're convincing ourselves.
I think I'm ready to pick.
Okay.
Wow. Well, speak for yourself. I need to hear more.
All right.
Okay, so festival number 2, Dongzhi Festival. In Chinese, the word Dong means winter, while Zi means arrival. Celebrated on the longest night of the winter. Of course, there is no fixed date. This festival is rooted in the principles of yin and yang, which symbolize the balance between opposing forces, with the winter solstice marking the longest night and the gradual return of the longer daylight hours, so signifying the strengthening of yang. And for some of the Chinese elders, Dongzhi symbolizes that they are a year older. They don't wait until the Chinese New Year.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, that is a shock when you move to East Asia where they use the lunar calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly you're much older than you
Yeah.
thought you were. Yeah, I remember moving to Korea and being like, I'm 2 years older now, apparently. So that part sounds kind of realistic to me because it's common in a lot of cultures, even traditionally in Europe as well, to mark your age by the number of winters that you've seen.
Right.
And that would match with it being the winter solstice.
Mhm.
So that checks out.
That's definitely in December. So
Yeah.
that would make sense. Does the meaning behind it make sense to you? Like it's yin and yang, so it's like balance. And like this is a turning point in the seasons. And now we're moving to the second half of winter. Like
Yeah.
winter solstice makes sense for you?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a tendency, like the winter solstice is technically when winter starts.
Right.
But actually, like a lot of people find this to be a very positive thing. They associate it with the fact that the days are getting longer now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That also makes sense.
Sure.
My biggest reservation is this sounds very similar to Chuseok.
Yeah.
Because of course, all of my East Asian frames of reference are from Korea
Yeah.
because I lived there.
Yeah.
Chuseok is the autumn festival in
Yeah.
Korea,
It's around harvest time.
which is based on the lunar calendar.
Yeah. But that was around
that's
September,
in-
October,
That's
right?
in the autumn. It changes because, again, it's the lunar calendar. So
Yeah.
it could go anywhere from like September to November,
Mm-hmm.
but it's in the fall.
And I know the lunar calendar, like you were saying, it's huge in East Asia. So
So that is a little bit sketchy to me. And then
Mhm.
that's where we can see how, like, okay, this festival's real,
mm-hmm.
but I think maybe it's not December,
Mm-hmm.
but close time.
Right.
But then the problem there is, do they celebrate that in China?
Yeah.
Because Korea and China aren't the same place.
I
so
can't
like
say I don't know.
I know this is a tradition in Korea.
Yeah.
Is it also a tradition in China?
Right. My other thing there is, okay, the story is interesting. It makes sense, except when I think of yin and yang, I think of harmony and balance. And so I would assume that it's an equinox, not a solstice.
Well, I kind of understood it as like within a whole year, they're balanced.
Yeah.
One is ascending and one's descending the whole time.
Mhm.
Maybe that. I don't know. But this one I can definitely like, there's a kind of a better reference for me of like, okay, maybe this isn't exactly December, but it's like a different time of year.
Mm-hmm. The other thing with this one is that the name would have to be something else because he said that Dongzhi
Mhm.
is the arrival of winter.
Oh, well, you
So
know
if
I
it's
don't
not,
know.
Right? If it's in the fall, that would have to be translated as something else, which I can't help with because I don't speak Mandarin.
or any of the
Or
other
Wu or
Chinese
anything,
dialects.
yeah.
So, yeah, that's giving me no information.
Yeah, but I guess we're halfway, and now I'm less confident.
All right, so then we move on to festival number 3, Bodhi Day, which is known as Rohatsu in Japan, commemorates the day when Siddhartha Gautama, which is the Buddha, attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya in India. So Buddha, he was a prince,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
He gave up all the worldly charms and he sat under this Bodhi tree. The
Mhm.
scientific name of this tree is Ficus religiosa.
Okay.
Oh.
And this is in Bodh Gaya, in the state of Bihar in India. And he simply sort of started meditating until he found the root of all suffering and how to liberate oneself from it. Bodhi Day is celebrated with like a week-long observance known as the 7 days of meditation, where like a lot of Zen Buddhists are practicing intense meditation. They're also fasting. They also have a tea party. It falls on the 8th of December. And similarly, like Christmas, during this period, devotees, they decorate like Bodhi trees with ornaments and lights and decoration as like a symbolic gesture for Buddha's awakening.
Oh, okay. So it was traditionally on December 8th because
Correct.
that's what tradition says. That's the date he sat under the tree.
Right.
Okay.
That's the day he attained nirvana.
Aha.
He was 35 years old.
Okay.
Hmm.
Why December? I
Yeah,
guess that's always
yeah.
the
Right, like-
question. Yeah, I never realized that he was like a very similar age to Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
apparently.
happens when you're in your 30s.
I recently just hit my Jesus age.
Yeah.
And
It's the age of rediscovery.
yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so.
I'm reborn.
So yeah, I've heard of this holiday
Okay.
because it's like a major Buddhist holiday.
Yeah. But I've never heard of it being in December. I've never thought of when it is.
Yeah, right? Me neither.
Yeah. It could be any month to me.
Yeah, so this one's tricky because it's like, this is an event. Some guy actually did this one day, like really like in a calendar year.
Right.
So like, this is just a day. So it's hard for the game because like, it could be any day.
Right.
Like literally like, it could be any day at all.
Right. It's not based on astrology
Yeah.
or the earth or the moon or anything. It's just, why wasn't it December 1st or
Yeah.
5th?
Like people spreading Buddhism do the same thing as like early Christians where
Yeah.
they're like, let me co-opt your holiday and say
Yeah.
it's my holiday.
Right.
Like, I don't know what December 8th would be to anybody anywhere in
Right.
the world. So
Right.
it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I think I have to just believe you.
Right. Also, the tree doesn't tell me anything. Like ficus trees, sure. Why
They're
not?
basically,
Aren't they around all year?
evergreen.
Yeah.
so that's not helpful.
No. I'm trying to see any way I can
Yeah,
poke a
yeah,
hole
yeah,
here.
right?
You know?
Yeah, I have like no personal reference. And then, I can't find anything. And so my only logic for the game here is that it would be too mean.
So I'm
Soups
gonna
would be
believe
too
it.
mean.
I'm just going to embrace it. I'm going to lean in and say, I bet you it is December. Sign me up for a tea party. I'll enjoy the festivities.
This one I'm going to have to just put into Buddha's hands, I
Yeah.
guess.
There's one more.
Yeah, there's one more.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so festival number 4, let's go all the way to Mexico. The Fiesta of Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Mm.
La Fiesta de Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe. Celebrated on 12th December every year, one of the most important holiday for Mexicans. Distinct features of the celebration is basically the mass pilgrimages to the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico City.
Okay.
The pilgrims from all over Mexico and beyond, they travel to this basilica to pay homage to the Virgin of Guadalupe,
Mm-hmm.
who is considered as the patroness of Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Now, according to folklore, it was a winter's day in 1531 when the Virgin Mary first appeared to a farmer called Juan Diego as he was crossing a hillside near the present-day Mexico City.
Mm-hmm.
She appeared as a dark-skinned woman who spoke Nahuatl, which was Juan Diego's native language.
Convenient.
And then Juan Diego, he reported this to the local bishop, who of course didn't believe him. The second time, the bishop asked for proof. So on the morning of the December 12th, the lady reappeared to Juan Diego, instructing him to gather flowers at the top of the hill, which was a very unusual request for December because flowers don't grow in December. Conveniently, Juan Diego did find the Castilian roses. He goes back to the bishop. When he opens the cloak, there was like a life-size image of the Virgin Mary.
Whoa.
And this image is now revered as Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Mm-hmm.
So this is celebrated fixed day, 12th December every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I've heard of this.
I've heard of Guadalupe.
Yeah, and the church and
Our
her
Lady.
appearance.
Did you ever hear about the date?
No.
I know that this is a common thing around the Catholic world where like
Yes.
you celebrate when the Virgin Mary appears to you or to someone, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
She has
like,
appeared many, many
Many
times.
yeah.
Of course, the story sounds reasonable. The only question here is the flowers in December.
Exactly.
So I know Mexico City is pretty far south. So I really doubt it has like 4 full seasons, but it also is mountainous. So it maybe
Right.
is a bit, I don't know exactly how flowers grow there.
I was going to say it's pretty far north in the context of Mexico.
I would like to see on a map where you think Mexico City is, because I'm pretty sure you don't know.
Where is Mexico City?
I'm pretty sure you'd be wrong.
Like, no? For sure it's in the north part of Mexico.
Tanner, you were so wrong.
No
Where
way.
Yeah.
Mexico
You
City
No
super
way.
wrong.
You have like
Yeah,
no
it's-
idea where
No.
Mexico is.
Yeah, no.
Pretty sure I could
It's
spot
like
it on a
way
map.
further south, but like
Yeah.
closer to like the
Take
Yucatan.
back everything you said.
No
yeah,
way.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
it's unimportant.
So you're saying that it's south enough where flowers could still grow in the middle of winter?
Well, the thing is, it has to be miraculous that flowers would be growing in winter, in December. So, like,
Right.
I think that it's possible that there's enough of a shift in season. And he said they were Castilian roses, which is interesting because that means they're from Spain.
Mhm.
Roses bloom in June. So, within this whole story and everything, it being December is the question. And
Right.
the only thing that really gives us information is these flowers.
Mhm.
And then the only other thing that I would say is, do they really do this right before Christmas?
You're saying that one of the biggest holidays is in the same month as the biggest holiday for this group.
Right. Yeah. Like Christmas is like, I mean, among the biggest Catholic Christian holidays.
Right.
And then you have another major Saint's Day also in the same month. Like,
If you could choose, why would you double up?
I mean, you don't get to choose when the Virgin visits you.
Right.
Mother Mary doesn't care. She doesn't have a concept of December.
Right.
So the flowers thing is kind of the only context we get that can tell us about the time of year.
Exactly.
So it certainly would be a miracle in Europe or further north if roses were blooming in December.
Right. But the fact is that it's Mexico.
I don't know if in Mexico City, which is in the south part of Mexico.
South part of North America.
Oh my God, Tanner.
No, also south part of Mexico.
You're embarrassing yourself.
Okay. So you're saying you believe this one
Yeah.
as being in December.
Yeah.
But it's weird that it's the same month as Christmas.
Yes.
I don't have an inclination of when else it would be.
Yeah. So that's all we're working with.
I guess I'm going to believe this for now
Until when, Tanner?
until I have to choose.
Okay. So like that's only going to be a couple minutes
True.
because Soups, could you please repeat the 4 festivals for us so that we can make our final guesses on which one we think is not in December?
Absolutely. Festival number 1, Helly. Festival number 2, Dongzhi Festival. Festival number 3, Bodhi Day. And festival number 4, the Fiesta of Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Okay. So it's between 2 and 3 for me.
Okay. For me, it's number 2 because I'm fairly certain that Chinese traditional holidays come from the lunar calendar.
Okay.
That's why Chinese New Year is the Lunar New Year.
Right.
So why would they have a winter solstice holiday? I think this is a lunar holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to throw a Hail Mary, Hail Our Lady of Guadalupe. And I'm going to say that I think this is the autumn festival.
Okay.
I think this is celebrated in the fall, not the winter.
Mhm.
But mostly I'm going based off the fact that I think it's a lunar calendar.
Mhm.
So it should be a lunar holiday, not a solar one.
Mhm.
And that's really all I got because the other ones,
Yeah.
I don't know why it would be any other month.
Right. You just don't have anything to go off of.
Nope.
Yeah. I totally understand your way of thinking, and that makes complete sense to me. I think you might be right. I'm going to go with the third one because I think the Buddhist holiday is just not in December.
Yeah,
You just picked a different month.
could be. I'm just putting my faith in Buddha and Soups and our I should have known Buddha.
Yeah.
Just gonna guess that that is the right day.
All right. You
So
think
I'm going
2?
with that one.
I think
Yeah.
3.
Two
Watch
and
it
three.
be number 1.
No.
The one which is lie is the festival number 1,
No
which
way.
is Helly.
Oh
It's
no.
not celebrated on the 3rd Tuesday of December. It's celebrated on the last Tuesday in January.
Oh.
24 days from the Christmas Eve, the Scots used to celebrate as the officially to mark the end of the Yule season.
Okay.
Oh, like burning a Yule log.
Then you burn a whole Yule ship Ah.
So it's very close to Burns Night, that
Yes,
means.
that's why
Yeah.
when you mentioned Burns Night, there's
I
very
was onto
close to-
something.
Yeah.
Very close.
That last Tuesday of January.
Wow.
That is up. Helly up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. I mean, I don't know how I would have gone
Scottish
with that.
The Yule connection
The
makes
Yule,
sense to me. that
burning
they
it like a
burn
Yule
the-
log.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like Burns Night, but Burns is just a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is Burn Night.
Yeah.
And then we have Burns
Burns
Night
Night.
later.
Two different things.
And the other thing is that, like, why would it be the third Tuesday in December? Like we said, like, that's so random.
Oh, I
But if
still
it's-
stand by the statement of why would it be the fourth Tuesday
Yeah.
of January though? I don't know. Wow, I wouldn't have gone. That wouldn't have been my guess.
Yeah. Very surprised.
I should have known.
I should have known.
Thanks for listening to this episode of I Should Have Known. We'll be continuing with our December-y, wintry theme. Next week, I will be your quizmaster and I will be inventing a Hallmark Christmas movie. So if you love those, be on the lookout for that. And as always, thanks for listening! Chewbacca's grandpa is like getting off.